Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into the enchanting world of The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wohlleben. Prepare to be captivated by the intricate and often unseen relationships within forests, as the author reveals how trees are not merely standing sentinels of wood and leaf, but living entities with complex lives. Wohlleben, with his extensive background in forestry and environmental advocacy, takes us into the heart of the woodland community, explaining how trees communicate, support each other, and create networks akin to our own internet. This groundbreaking work sheds light on the symbiotic partnerships trees form with fungi and the ways in which they remember and adapt to their environment. The Hidden Life of Trees is a journey through a world where every walk in the woods becomes an exploration of a living social network. This book is perfect for those intrigued by the natural world and desiring a deeper understanding of the intricacies of ecology. It presents a profound narrative which will transform the way students of biology and ecosystems view living organisms. It's also an invaluable read for individuals connected to farming, forestry, or those with a nurturing hand in their own garden. Join us as we explore the hidden secrets that lie beneath the bark and within the roots of these gentle giants that grace our planet. The Hidden Life of Trees: What They Feel, How They Communicate. Discoveries from a Secret World. Introduction. Embark on a journey through the forest's hidden life. Imagine strolling through a forest where each tree is not merely a silent sentinel, but a dynamic entity living a secret, vibrant life. It's easy to underestimate the complex existence of trees. After all, their movements are subtle, their communications silent to our ears. Yet beneath their still exteriors lies a world teeming with drama, alliance, and even conflict. In the book we're exploring today, you'll be transported into the heart of the forest to witness an astonishing network of life where trees play a central role. From nurturing their young and communicating with each other, to forming alliances with fungi and battling insect invasions, trees are far more than static pillars of wood and leaf. Your guide on this fascinating journey is Peter Wohlleben, a man who carries not only a deep respect for the natural world, but a wealth of experience that spans over 3 decades. His work in forestry has evolved into a practice that is both sustainable and respectful, breathing life into a harmonious approach to woodlands that benefits both the environment and our understanding of it. As a child with a burning passion for environmental conservation, Wohlleben transformed his dreams into a lifelong mission. His words convey an infectious wonder for the arboreal wonders that thrive around us, often unnoticed. With his experienced eye, he'll reveal to you the forest's secrets and demonstrate just how lively, communal, and intricate the lives of trees truly are. The journey through these pages will uncover startling realities of the arboreal world. Have you ever imagined aphids as vampires to the trees, sapping away at their lifeblood, or considered that a single mushroom might wield the destructive power surpassing that of an intense bombardment? And what about the more mundane aspects of life we share with trees, like the necessity of waste removal? Yes, trees handle their own version of this universal function in ways we are just beginning to understand. Join Peter Wohlleben as he peels back the layers of bark and leaf to give us a glimpse of the vibrant social network that powers life within the forests. This is a story that intertwines survival, cooperation, and the delicate balance of ecosystems, a narrative that will forever change how you perceive those tall, leafy giants standing guard around us. So take a deep breath of fresh air, and let's begin our exploration of the hidden life of trees, where every leaf, root, and trunk has its own fascinating tale to tell. Part 1. Respiration of the Earth. Trees, our critical climate custodians. Pause for a moment and consider the profound significance trees hold in sustaining the breath of our planet. Beyond their stoic appearance, they serve as vital cogs in the machinery of Earth's water and carbon cycles, influencing factors fundamental to human survival. Trees do far more than beautify landscapes. They are our ecological allies, purifying the very air we depend upon and acting as benevolent guardians of Earth's water resources. What many don't realize is that without the presence of trees, vast stretches of our land would succumb to aridity. Think back to your school days when you learned about the water cycle. Oceans evaporate, clouds form and drift across the sky, and the rains they bring replenish the land before running back to the sea. Yet this rudimentary model overlooks a pivotal player: trees. Without them, the lifeline of rainfall would scarcely reach more than 370 miles from the coastline, leaving the heartlands of continents parched and lifeless. Trees are more than static figures in the landscape. They are dynamic pumps, channeling water deep into the land. Coastal rains are captured by forest canopies, where they linger before evaporating and beginning the journey anew, forming clouds that venture further inland, blessing distant areas with precious moisture. Likewise, trees stand as the bulwark against climate change, cleansing the atmosphere of carbon dioxide. Through the simple act of living, they absorb CO2, locking it away within their forms. Even as they die and decay, a portion of this carbon remains sequestered, kept from contributing to the greenhouse effect. Yet, the burning of these fallen trees, as coal or gas, liberates stored carbon, exacerbating the warming of our planet. We now emit carbon dioxide at such a staggering rate that the trees, in all their magnificence, cannot keep pace with its storage. In light of this, trees emerge not merely as silent figureheads of the forest, but as essential stewards of Earth's delicate climate. It's evident that without them, our world would be a far less hospitable place for humanity. Let us then step into the forest with a renewed appreciation for these mighty guardians of our globe. Part 2. Partnership rooted in the earth, the multifaceted relationship between trees and soil. Venture beneath the canopy and discover that trees do not merely stand upon the soil, they are intricately intertwined with it, playing a foundational role in shaping the very ground under our feet. The link between trees and soil is a complex web of life, death, and regeneration, essential for far more than just the forest itself. When the earth was young, its barren surface featured little more than rock and mineral exposed to the relentless forces of nature. Over eons, this stone was weathered into grains, and upon this early earth, simple organisms and algae laid the groundwork for plant life. Small plants arose, eventually giving way to the first mighty trees. As these primordial trees lived, grew, and eventually fell, they embarked on a transformation. In death, they became one with the organisms breaking down their matter, creating the topsoil that now cradles life across the planet. This rich humus is the legacy of ancient forests, preserved even today in the form of oil and coal, the remains of trees that once reached for the sky. But trees' relationship with soil extends far beyond their ultimate decay. They are bound to the earth through a network of roots, serving not just to anchor them, but also as conduits for water, drawn up to nourish leaves in the act of photosynthesis. These roots also serve as lines of communication and support among trees, creating subterranean networks where nutrients and messages pass from one to another. Moreover, trees have evolved to form symbiotic partnerships with fungi, a fascinating interplay between flora and the fungal kingdom that we will delve into shortly. In the annual shedding of leaves, trees perform a ritual of recycling, contributing essential nutrients back to the soil. These fallen leaves are a boon to the forest inhabitants and the soil itself, but they're also a disposal method for the tree. With each leaf that drifts earthward, the tree essentially returns what it no longer requires to the soil, reminiscent of the natural process of waste elimination. Understanding these deep connections between trees and the earth's soil opens our eyes to a dance of dependency that sustains life in the forest and beyond. The trees' whispers through the soil echo tales of life support, communication, and a silent exchange of gifts under the forest floor. Let's tread softly on this intricate tapestry of life as we continue to uncover the hidden intricacies of trees. Part 3. The Precarious Beginnings of a Forest Giant. Trees are the steadfast sentinels of our environment, guardians of our most crucial resources. Yet, their journey from humble seed to towering giant is fraught with peril. The infancy of trees is a saga filled with challenges, and their survival is anything but guaranteed. The reproduction of trees is a story of diversity and adaptation. Some cast their tiny seeds to the whims of the wind, hoping they will find fertile ground, while giants like oaks and chestnuts entrust their heftier seeds to the animal kingdom for transport. The fate of a germinating seed is often left to chance, a roll of the dice determining whether it will land in a nurturing or hostile environment. Each species has unique preferences. The right balance of light, water, protection from the elements, and soil quality are the critical elements for a successful start. Some, like the birch, crave the companionship of the forest, leaning on their neighbors for shelter from the harsh world outside. In contrast, the poplar stands boldly in open meadows, basking in the abundant sunlight, even as it faces the increased risk of storm damage and isolation. The odds are stacked against these tiny seeds. They face the daunting reality that they may take root in an inhospitable place, or be consumed by predators, or destroyed by the unpredictable forces of nature. Casualties are high, with most seeds meeting their end in environments as diverse as overly wet watersides, parched asphalt, or light-starved caves. Against the hazards of being feasted upon by deer, trampled underfoot, or battered by harsh weather, it's a marvel any seedling reaches maturity. For every venerable tree that weathers centuries, only a single offspring may stand to follow in its roots, reaching towards the sky. But for the seedlings that endure, that take hold and break free from the clutches of their fragile beginnings, a remarkable transformation awaits. The successful sapling embodies the resilience and extraordinary abilities inherent to trees, a testament to life's enduring will to flourish against all odds. Let us pay homage to the fortitude of these younglings as we continue to explore the incredible capabilities that trees possess. Part 4. The innate character of trees and their capacity for learning. Trees exhibit far more than mere growth. They possess distinct personalities and possess a capacity for learning that we are only beginning to comprehend. Through the passing years, trees discern the nuances of their surroundings and adapt their behaviors accordingly. Contrary to popular belief, trees are not merely passive organisms responding to the changing of the seasons. Instead, they demonstrate individual traits. Some display caution, others show robustness, similar to the varied personalities found in humans. Consider the curious case of 3 neighboring oak trees, standing so close their barks nearly merge. With the onset of fall, one oak consistently bids farewell to its leaves a fortnight before its comrades, despite sharing identical conditions. It's not a matter of temperature, soil, or daylight, but rather an expression of a cautious nature. This prudent tree prioritizes protection from potential damage over the benefits of prolonged photosynthesis. Trees face numerous decisions throughout their lives, from the optimal timing to shed leaves, to the direction their roots should expand to best access resources. They don't simply react to their environment, they make informed choices. Importantly, their experiences shape future behaviors. A tree that has suffered for retaining its foliage too long will remember not to repeat the error. While trees lack brains, it's hypothesized that the tips of their roots might serve as repositories for their memories, tracking variations in conditions and retaining lessons learned. The sophistication of trees extends beyond self-preservation. They engage in communal support, demonstrating they are not isolated beings but members of a connected ecosystem offering mutual aid. In the forest, the individuality of trees mingles with their communal instincts, weaving a tapestry of interconnected lives. Each tree, with its distinct quirks and acquired wisdom, contributes to the collective resilience and intelligence of the woodland realm. As we dive deeper into their world, let's recognize trees not only for their impressive stature, but also for their personable, learning natures, part of an overarching forest intelligence. Part 5. Forest Gossip: How Trees Converse with Their Community. The forest thrives on conversation, a surprising revelation that trees are not silent entities, but rather sociable beings engaging in complex communication. They have developed sophisticated ways to speak to each other, and even to different species, using an arsenal of signals and messengers. Trees emit scents akin to pheromones, which they tailor to convey different messages. A tree under assault from caterpillars, for example, may release a specific aroma that beckons wasps to its aid. These wasps then lay eggs within the caterpillars, and when the larval wasps emerge, they dispatch the very caterpillars that threatened the tree. Such cunning use of scent offers trees a robust form of pest control. A tree's ability to discern threats is remarkably nuanced, including an almost forensic skill to detect the species munching on its leaves by simply tasting the invader's saliva. This level of detail in their chemical communication is nothing short of remarkable. Yet the transmission of information doesn't halt at scents. The forest is alive with a vast organic network that has been likened to the Internet, an intricate system of electric signals coursing through fungal threads entwined with tree roots. This underground matrix forms a lightning-fast communication grid that dwarfs the snail's pace at which signals move within an individual tree. Through this natural web, trees send messages over large distances, warning neighboring trees about insect attacks, environmental stressors, or impending dangers. Although the precise workings of this electric discourse are still being unraveled by scientists, the evidence is undeniable. Trees are not standalone organisms, but part of a much larger, intercommunicating community. This understanding shatters the silent stoic stereotype of trees, revealing them as active participants in an ongoing dialogue that sustains the forest's health and resiliency. As we delve further into their world, let's listen carefully to the whispering leaves and the murmurs beneath our feet, for they are the utterances of a world far more complex and connected than we ever imagined. Part 6. Rooted in Solidarity: The Compassionate Connections of Trees. As we dive deeper into the secret world of forests, we come to understand that trees are not mere solitary figures. They are, in reality, deeply connected to their community, relying on each other for survival. This interconnectedness fosters a remarkable form of arboreal altruism, where trees are known to send aid and warnings to their companions. Trees alert their neighbors to impending dangers using a dual communication system, through the release of scents and via the underground fungal network, often referred to as the Wood Wide Web. These signals are highly effective in conveying distress calls throughout the forest. Take, for instance, the umbrella acacia trees on the African savanna, which are favorites among grazing giraffes. When these trees are nibbled on, they promptly produce toxins in their leaves and emit ethanol gas to alert surrounding acacias. This alarm allows nearby trees to preemptively amp up their defenses. The giraffes, wise to this botanical sentinel, skillfully migrate over 100 meters or head towards the wind to find a tree that hasn't received the warning yet. Beyond sending alerts, trees also exhibit tender care for their struggling kin. An intriguing example is that of a centuries-old stump discovered by the author, which, despite having no foliage of its own, remained alive. It was the nourishment from neighboring trees, delivered through an interconnected root system, that sustained the stump for over 4 centuries. This profound act of giving raises the question: why would a tree extend such generosity? The answer lies in the collective strength of the forest community. A solitary tree is vulnerable to the elements and external threats, However, within the forest, trees find protection from the wind, enjoy a moderated climate, and benefit from shared vigilance against predators. Working together, trees create an ecosystem where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. In the forest, every tree is both a benefactor and a beneficiary, a beautiful demonstration of communal resilience and care. As each tree plays its part, they form a system brimming with life and compassion, reminding us that even in the natural world, unity can be a powerful force. Part 7. Forest Symbiosis, the reciprocal relationship between trees and fungi. In the intricate dance of forest life, trees and fungi perform a duet of mutual benefit, with each partner providing vital support to the other. This alliance illustrates nature's capacity for collaboration, where diverse organisms unite for shared survival. Fungi extend their mycelium, a vast network of delicate filaments deep into the soil, reaching out to the roots of trees. Here, a symbiotic relationship blossoms with fungi lending their fine threads to enhance the tree's access to water and essential nutrients. These fungal tendrils can penetrate areas the tree's own roots cannot reach, acting as a lifeline in times of drought. The tree, in turn, offers its fungal partner a steady supply of sugars, a byproduct of its photosynthetic labors. This exchange allows the tree to accumulate significant stores of nitrogen and phosphorus, elements crucial for its growth and vigor. The presence of a fungal ally can double a tree's nutrient reserves, showcasing the immense value of this partnership. But the natural world is not exclusively filled with tales of harmony. When resources grow scarce, fungi can enact dramatic survival tactics. In conditions where nitrogen levels plummet, certain fungi unleash toxins into the soil, decimating microorganisms in the vicinity to ensure their trees, and consequently their own, continued access to dwindling nutrients. Fungi, with their dual roles as providers and protectors, can indeed be the best of friends to a tree. Yet, under duress, they may exercise ruthless strategies to safeguard their shared interests. As we delve further into the secrets of the symbiosis between trees and fungi, we're reminded of the delicate balance of cooperation and competition that governs life beneath the forest canopy. Part 8. Defensive Tactics. How trees withstand and heal from injuries. The forest is a battleground for survival, and trees are no strangers to injury. As living entities, they face threats from myriad sources, and just like other organisms, they experience a form of pain when harmed. Driven by a strong survival instinct, trees employ an array of strategies to avoid and recover from damage. Animal interactions, both big and small, can leave trees wounded. Majestic deer nibble on tender shoots, woodpeckers drill in search of insects, and voracious bark beetles tunnel under the bark, feasting on the living wood beneath. Even minuscule aphids pose a threat, sapping away at tree leaves to ingest sugary sap, a process that, due to the liquid's low sugar content, forces them to excrete sticky droplets onto anything unfortunate enough to be parked below. However, nature isn't all about peaceful coexistence. Weather events, too, can inflict brutal injuries on trees. Storms may wrench branches away, while excessive weight from snow or the expansion from freezing damage tree limbs, leaving gaping wounds in the bark. To counter these hazards, trees have evolved clever mechanisms. Take the spruce tree, for instance, which has strategically aligned its branches to sag under heavy snow, collapsing like a series of dominoes rather than breaking off. Yet all is not lost should a tree become injured. Trees lack the susceptibility to viral or bacterial diseases that afflict humans, but they do face the risk of fungal infection the moment their protective bark is breached. The race begins to seal the wound. Trees labor to produce new wood to wall off the incursion, as evidenced by bulges that form around the peripheries of old branch scars. Despite these efforts, a tree's fate is uncertain once fungi make their home within its wood. Fungal invasion can cause rot, weakening the internal structure and essentially dooming the tree to a premature death, typically within a century. In the face of injury, trees demonstrate a resilience that is both fascinating and complex. Their natural defenses and regenerative capabilities are a testament to the evolutionary arms race that has unfolded over millennia in the depths of the forest. As we continue to explore their world, let us marvel at the silent strength and perseverance exhibited by these stoic giants of the natural world. Part 9. Embracing a modern view of forestry with compassion. The way we perceive and interact with trees needs to evolve. Current forestry practices, particularly those that prevail in areas like Germany, are outmoded and often fail to respect the intricate natural processes that maintain a healthy forest ecosystem. The timber industry has operated under a long-standing misconception that younger trees outpace their elders in wood production. However, this idea falls flat. Older trees can actually grow more wood more swiftly than their younger counterparts. The industry's routine of harvesting trees at 100 years old is prematurely cutting short their life and contribution to the ecosystem. Beech trees, for example, may not reach sexual maturity until well past their 80th year, highlighting the inadequacy of the typical forestry cycle. Such short rotations lead to monotonous, single-species plantations that lack the rich variety found in natural forests. These environments are sterile, devoid of the intricate relationships that characterize a thriving forest. The absence of symbiotic partnerships with fungi and the protective communications between trees can render these forests particularly susceptible to disease and pests, diminishing overall productivity. Contrary to industrial forestry, a naturally evolving forest can be much more fruitful, yielding greater quantities of high-quality timber. Remember the tale of the ancient tree stump? Such acts of communal support thrive in natural forests, where diversity and balance reign. What we must strive for is a more humane approach to forestry, one that mirrors natural processes and acknowledges the deep ecological roles trees play. We ought to delay our timber harvests, proceeding with a mindful touch rather than a rampant clearing. Recognizing that trees hold memories, experience pain, and exist within family units should give us pause. Future forestry should selectively fell trees that have fulfilled their ecological duties and occupy spaces in the forest that younger trees can seamlessly transition into. Such a practice requires a delicate balance of knowledge and compassion, ensuring that our forests are not merely wood factories, but living entities deserving of our respect and care. Let us move forward with a new vision for interacting with these quiet but essential members of our planet's community. Final summary. As we emerge from our journey through the forest, a profound realization settles. Trees are not merely static fixtures in the landscape, but living, sentient beings capable of communication, learning, and community support. This book invites us to shed our old perceptions and recognize the remarkable capabilities of trees. These stoic sentinels of the woodlands demonstrate a sophisticated ecological ballet, whispering to each other through scent and electrical impulses, forming alliances with fungi, and even showing the capacity to remember and learn from past experiences. The roots beneath our feet are pathways of information, nutrients, and support, illustrating the interconnectedness of forest life. With this knowledge comes a call to action, a plea to approach forestry and conservation with a new ethos of reverence and empathy for trees. By understanding that trees possess senses and play intricate roles within their ecosystems, we can advocate for practices that honor their contributions and foster their well-being. Let our passage through the wooded realms be a herald for change, inspiring us to become guardians of these quiet giants. Trees, in all their complexity and splendor, deserve not only our admiration, but also our protection, ensuring they continue to thrive for generations to come. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, Please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.